You are listening to a Cult Talk Network podcast.
Grab your boomstick and fire up the Delta. It's time for ACTION. Join the Cult of Campbell.
Groovy.
And if you're lucky a little later, I'll let you play with my boomstick.
Welcome everyone to Cult of Campbell. I'm Ty.
I'm Eric.
I'm Ben.
And this is the first time you've been on an episode of Cult of Campbell in a while, Ben.
I had to take a break.
I'd say Halloween. Halloween is probably the last one. Sundown.
Yep. Nope.
Sundown. Oh, it hasn't been too long then.
Sundown. Sundown was bad, but it was really Ash vs. Evil Dead that just kind of sucked the soul right out of it.
Yeah.
But I'm back.
He's back, baby.
Big as life and twice as rotten. We got to do Spawn sometime. That'd be amazing.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be a good
fun
one. Maybe a Cultober or something.
Fuck
maybe.
yeah. Anyway, that's not the movie we're here for.
No, what has called us into action today?
Well, you've all seen it. We've all seen it. So I think we should talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to talk about the trailer for the new Evil Dead Rise.
Woo! Yeah.
Produced by Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell.
Oh,
Written
my
and directed
goodness.
by Lee Cronin.
Lee Cronin, yeah. So
Who hasn't done a whole hell of a lot.
he has done a whole hell of a lot. That seems to be a thing here with these like major studio pictures. They like pull like an unknown to like handle these big properties. Did it with like I'd say Godzilla, you know, aside from
No.
Trick or Treat and Krampus.
You stop that. So Michael Dougherty went through an extensive process where he like brought out all of his stuff. He went through the whole Godzilla lore. Like he proved that he knew what he was talking about before he ever.
I'm thinking the guy did the first one, the first Godzilla. That guy only did like monsters, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about the guy who did the first one, Gareth Edwards.
Yeah, but he had done Star Wars. He had nailed the
I think
only.
he did Godzilla first, didn't he? Did he do like monsters, then went on to do Godzilla?
No, you're correct. Godzilla was first.
Yeah, because he did that monsters movie and then like immediately got picked up for Godzilla.
Yeah, but monsters is a pretty good foundation for doing a Godzilla movie, though.
Right.
We're seeing a plague of people that have no qualifications, no history to speak of, helming these properties that they shouldn't be involved in at all. Right. Now, that's not what I'm saying is happening here.
Right.
I'm taking a look at his very brief kind of filmography. I have some concerns. He's done a lot of work with A24, which I know people love, like gargling the nuts of, but their stuff is terrible.
Huh.
I like A24.
Their shit is awful. The Witch, The Witch, terrible.
I like The Witch.
The Witch was one of the worst fucking movies. The Witch was terrible. Mother was terrible. What was some of the other ones?
I did not like Mother.
Like
Mother, I watched that one time. I cannot. That movie was
you know what?
much.
They're the same level of quality. It's that same so pretentious looking down your nose. You don't pay a lick of attention to what you're actually putting on the screen. None of your characters make any fucking sense. None of the stuff they do makes any fucking sense. But since you film it nice and pretty, it looks highbrow. Go fuck yourselves, A24.
I like the X trilogy. Well, the two I've seen so far. The third one's not yet, but I love the X trilogy.
I
haven't heard of the X trilogy.
Oh, those are so good.
A24 has done a lot of damage to the horror genre with this highbrow bullshit. And it's only highbrow.
What do they call it? Elevated horror?
Yeah, that crap. First of all, horror was never meant to be elevated. It was meant to be blue collar, down in the muck, in the dirt and grime movie making. Like, it was never meant to be some high art form. And to try to squeeze it into this pretentious bullshit is just mutating.
I'm indifferent toward elevated horror. I'm more of a fan of efficient horror.
Well, you can't have
A-B storytelling.
You can't have efficient and elevated, Ty. Those are mutually incompatible.
Yeah, I'm all about A-B storytelling. But
I will say this trailer for Evil Dead Rise has me excited because this doesn't look like some A24 nonsense.
No,
this looks a lot like in line with the 2014 or 2013 was 2014.
So they can say whatever they want. my balls are telling me that this is like some sort of sequel.
They never denied it was a sequel. I know because Eric and I actually got to see this early.
You guys did.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to see this back in December as part of Bruce Fest. And Bruce talks about like no returning characters, but I mean, it's not denying it's a sequel. I think it might be going the route of like an anthology, probably, where like.
I can see that. That's not a bad way of handling it.
Just different encounters with the book.
No, the main thing with this is getting the book out of the woods.
Yeah,
well, that was one of the things they talked about is like getting it out of the woods. That way you can kind of you can expand on from there.
Well, and it's not the same Necronomicon that we've seen before.
I didn't get a good look at it. It's not.
So this thing's got teeth, like literal.
That's right. Yeah,
it literally has teeth.
It reminded me of the book from fucking Harry Potter.
Yeah,
that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. So this is not a copy of the Necronomicon that we've seen before. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think this one's in English. Some of the pages that we got to see, I think were in English.
Oh,
I didn't pay attention. I need to get back and do should have a nice little rewatch for this.
But we just watched it right before we came in.
Yeah.
Now I could be mistaken about that, but I thought they were in English.
We don't get a very long look at the pages inside of the book, I don't think.
See, I would that'd be like too much. I feel like they took it out if they took it out Kandarian, because that's kind of like a main part of the myth.
Well, so it depends on how you do it, right? So if you have it to where it's like in Kandarian at first, but as the person's looking at it, it kind of translates itself into whatever language they happen to be
represent that you can understand it well enough to read it.
Yeah, because it would kind of suck.
Oh yeah, like they do in movies where like someone's speaking a foreign language, but it's just in English, like yours.
Right,
and hearing it from that,
and that's a trait you'll find in a lot of religious fiction. I'm thinking of one in particular, the Left Behind series, when they brought back these two prophets that are big in the Bible. When they were prophesizing to people, because these guys were like resurrected from heaven or what the fuck ever. When they were preaching in whatever language you understood.
Right. Okay.
And so you definitely could do that. Like if the Necronomicon becomes more magical in this, you could spin that.
Right.
You could spin that for sure.
Speaking of Left Behind, I almost picked the Nicolas Cage one for Cultober this year. I was on like the threshold of like picking the Nicolas Cage Left Behind.
Oh my gosh.
That's a level of horror that I have not really
because they have a sequel coming out this year where they replaced Nicolas Cage with Kevin Sorbo, though, of course.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm surprised they didn't cast Kevin Sorbo to begin with.
Well,
I think they wanted to get like some star power.
Well, and I mean, Nicolas Cage has put his fucking movie boots on in the past 2 years and has just mud stomped his way back into.
Oh man, he's crazy.
Crushing
a couple of years ago, everyone was like, "Oh man, Nicolas Cage is doing all these straight to video movies." Poor guy, and now he just got that new Dracula movie.
That looks fucking Renfield.
Yeah,
Renfield looks pretty good.
I'm excited for that.
I seen there's a trailer for a Western that just came out. I haven't watched it yet, but it's his first ever Western.
Cool.
The Caller Out of Space, the H.P. Lovecraft. That was great. And I guess he's going to be doing Shadow over Innsmouth, and if that works out, they're going to do At the Mouth of Madness or Mountains of Madness.
Mountains of Madness.
That would be.
So
if they pull off Mountains of Madness, it's going to be something. Because I know Del Toro has been trying to do that for years.
So it won't be Del Toro. It won't be Del Toro. It's the guy that's doing the Color that did the Color Out of Space.
Okay, that's fair.
Or no, I'm sorry. He's Dunwich Horror is next, not Shadow over Innsmouth. Dunwich Horror is next.
If this guy pulls off Mountain of Madness, that's going to be something, considering Del Toro couldn't do it.
That's going to be wild. Especially when you consider. Do you know what this guy's other movie was?
Yeah, Island of
Dr. Monroe.
Whoa.
Technically his.
Technically.
I think he only did like a couple scenes.
Yeah, and then he just wandered the fuck off.
Just wandered off in the jungle and started living with the indigenous people.
And then
living with them?
Yeah, he would just show back up on set randomly sometimes.
Man.
Yeah, he like went crazy, or not went crazy.
No, he went fucking crazy.
I've heard working with Marlon Brando was bad, but
he was dealing with Marlon Brando and then also Val Kilmer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was having some troubles.
He just he just wandered off in the jungle and started living with the indigenous people.
So between Evil Dead Rise and Renfield, we've got some Cocaine Bear as well. How can you forget?
Oh my God!
Oh, Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
So we've got a couple of movies coming up that's got me curiously excited. I'm really hoping that the next wave of movies is just nonsense because Hollywood is so up its own ass that the stuff that becomes popular is like Cocaine Bear.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. I'm cool with it.
Whenever I was jumps on this bandwagon, just remember, I've watched these movies before they were cool.
Trust me, you are the OG possum.
You
I
are.
watched these before they were cool. I was watching this stuff. Y'all, all you hanger-ons coming on talking about how much you love trash all of a sudden. Just remember.
Listen.
I've seen the bottom of the barrel.
You have not seen what I have seen.
I was born in the trash can, molded by it.
That's fucking hilarious.
But Evil Dead Rise does not look like trash.
No, it looks amazing.
Not surprisingly, but like refreshingly so. Not like, I was expecting to be shit. But no, it's good to see it and be finally fortified that, hey, it isn't going to be a bad movie. It looks good. Like, if this movie's bad, kudos on the trailer for making it look fantastic.
Listen, no kudos. They've done that to us so many times. Listen, they fucked us with trailers so hard.
Now,
you still upset about that Wendigo movie?
Oh,
Antlers.
Why?
No,
Antlers
is one of Antlers is an offender, but like you can go back to Suicide Squad. That's the one that really set the trend of using the first one of using trailers to completely misrepresent movies.
Oh yeah,
that was fucking. Now you can get sued for that. They actually now they've passed a law that like
if you misrepresent
your movie in the trailer, you can be sued.
Good,
and they're actually going after Aquaman 2 because the turd is not featured in any of the trailers, so now people are threatened to sue.
Oh my gosh!
Because they're like, if she's in it, I don't want to spend money on the ticket, but if you don't put her in the trailer and I don't see that she's there, I'm going to sue you.
Nice. Hey, there we go.
Did you guys ever see that petition I was going around a couple months ago to replace her with Bruce Campbell? Did you ever see that?
I did. I saw that.
No, if I had, I would have signed it.
He retweeted it and everything.
Bruce man, I'd have signed that.
God love him.
It got a lot of attention because people were like really signing it.
He's a better actor than she is.
Replace her with Bruce Campbell. It's the same character.
I'd rather see Jason Momoa kiss Bruce Campbell than see her in that movie.
yeah. I wouldn't complain. That'd be good. That sucks. Because I did like the first Aquaman. It just sucks now she's just so toxic. It doesn't make me want to see the second one.
Well, that's good. Fuck that.
Because I love Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Like, I never thought I'd be excited.
But you heard
see an Aquaman movie.
But you heard that he's hanging up Aquaman, right? And
aren't they all right? Like they're getting rid of him.
Yes, but it looks like one of the things. Well, not Ezra Miller. Looks like Ezra's hanging on.
Well, yeah,
because
that's wild. I seen that in a list of like movies that's still listed as upcoming. I'm like, there's no way that's coming out.
Oh yeah, it's that. For not only is it coming out, but it's looking like he's actually not going to be fired with the rest of them. That he's going to be the one to continue on past when everybody else is being let go.
That's wild.
Keep giving these people your money, everybody. Go right ahead.
But Jason Momoa is being eyed at being picked up by them for Lobo.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which would be
talking about that for a while.
That would be fucking dope. But
he's been wanting that for a minute. He's been wanting that for a minute. So
why?
Hell, he looks just like him.
Why wouldn't you cast him as Lobo? But get back to Evil Dead Rise. I'm pretty excited about this. There are some things in there that I'm like, okay, I wish. So the whole like eye thing, where the needle's going towards the eye, and some of the more grosser parts, I'm like, guys, if this isn't a sequel to the Evil Dead like remake, you guys are borrowing awful heavy from it.
You gotta have your homages in there, huh? That eye thing is a
if
pretty.
It's not tied in some way to that universe, I think
it's gotta be.
It's gotta be part of the same universe.
I think if it's not, you guys are bordering on plagiarism here.
I don't see why they wouldn't just make it just a sequel. Hell, for all we knew, that girl bled out in the middle of the woods. So.
If it were up to me, and I were doing this, what I would do is I would have her show up at the end of the movie, just the way Bruce showed up in the end of the remake. And what I would do is have her and Bruce show up at the end of this one and be like, all right, now the third one's going to have all of them in it. Strap on. And what I would do is I would be interested in seeing a version of Ash from this universe where it's not funny, it's not campy.
I know Bruce, like he's retired as Ash, like he's made that.
Yeah. I've heard that shtick before. Michael Keaton's coming back as Batman. Bruce can shove that I'm retired stuff where the sun don't shine. There's no such thing. I'm sure Michael Keaton's getting a lot more money tossed at him than Bruce would. I'm just saying. But, nobody's done until they're dead.
I would say I would like to see that girl from the first one. Like if she came back just with a chainsaw arm, randomly pop in the
no chainsaw. You're taking it twice. You don't need a chainsaw arm, Tyler.
Evil Dead. What do you mean?
You don't need a chainsaw arm. It's fine with just the way they did it in the first one. Like,
So
they can make the chainsaw hand work. That's all I'm saying.
Ty,
they could, but they don't have to.
Ty, did you notice that we have a slightly different cut released than what we saw in
Slightly,
in
yeah.
Bruce
I did notice we had a little
And I
bit.
suspected
a little bit.
I suspected that might.
You did. You called it before. Before we sat down to watch it, Ben called it out. He kind of said, "You'll have to tell me if something's different about this."
Yeah,
one.
because I said there's a chance they could have recut this before after you guys saw it.
They didn't change enough for me to really pick out what.
No, it was like major. Like all the major beats were like the things I remembered.
Yeah, they cut down on that. The chewing and swallowing glass bit. That was more drawn out for us.
See, that's one I was wondering because you were talking about how you're like, ooh, that was bad. And I was like, no, I don't think it was.
A couple of them were stretched out. Because I know there was a few sequences in there where, like, in the one we watched, they hung onto him for rogs. There was, like, people gasping and and stuff because of how long they were lingering on some of the stuff.
Yeah, I think the eye needle was drawn out. I think
that was drawn out.
Yeah, the chewing glass and stuff.
Was.
Yeah, that was
because you got to see that whole like multiple pieces coming through.
Yeah,
slowed it down. This one,
longer time chewing it before you saw what it was doing to her throat.
Yep.
And I always think it's just interesting how
they screen it. I'll bet you that. I wonder if they got feedback from the event.
There's probably probably more they're allowed to show. I guess it was like a private screening. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I see.
I'm sure
more gore.
Yeah, but that was a Red Band trailer we watched. You could have gone whole. You could have gone whole hog.
That is true.
Maybe they want to hold it off to really let people sit into it when they see the movie. Because that's the thing I do hate about some trailers when they show too much.
Right. I agree.
Because this one shows so much gore. I'm like, man, is this all the gore in the movie? Because like, there's a lot of stuff in this trailer of just people getting mutilated, and I hope there's more in the actual movie.
Yeah.
See, in my opinion, there should be one teaser trailer that should not be longer than 5, maybe 6 seconds. And then there should be one main trailer. And if you really think you got something, one TV spot. Beyond that, piss off. You're showing too much of your film.
I like the trailers back in the 90s where it was like, the voiceover gave you just what the story was.
Yeah, exactly. Go back to that. That's efficient as fuck. One man surrounded by the world. Like, it's fine.
Basically, give your audience the log line, and then that way they know what they're in for. But, you're not giving away your whole damn story.
Yeah, so, now most, like, I get it for things because, like, a lot of movies now are just hung up on what stars they have, which I think it's always been a thing.
Right.
It's new, but
now
it's just like,
the era,
Ryan Reynolds and whoever else in it. And
the era of the movie star, though, is quickly dying, where being a celebrity is that special.
Yeah, because hell, this doesn't have anyone recognize. I'm sure these people are in stuff, but I mean, they're not like.
Yeah, they're not getting a whole marketing.
I thought she looked familiar. So the mom, the one that's possessed outside the door, I recognize her from Vikings.
Oh, who'd she play in Vikings?
I've never watched Vikings.
She plays Ragnar's second wife, who's really kind of prissy and not. I mean, she ain't Lagatha. I think that's her name. His first wife, who was Lagatha. Bailey's yelling at me from the corner. It's her favorite character, but she's pretty bad. So, but yeah, I recognize her from that. She was in The Mist TV show. Never watched it.
Oh, geez, I tried watching that.
Oh,
so
wow.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
It says Lily Sullivan, who is most notable from the movie Mental from 2012 and a lead role in the 2018 TV series Picnic at Hanging Rock. Alyssa Sutherland.
That's the one from Vikings.
The one you're thinking of. She is Queen Aslog from Vikings.
Aslog. Okay.
And Morgan Davies, who is they're in a movie called The Hunter. She's Australian, or they're Australian. They're transgender. They're from Storm Boy.
Who's this? Morgan Davies?
Yeah, Morgan Davies, Australian actor and they've only been in a couple things, a few short films.
I don't
recognize the TV show The End, which I've never heard of, but looks like they're mainly Terra Nova. They were in 2 episodes of Terra Nova, which whatever.
I don't recognize them from. I watched The Hunter. It was pretty decent.
So not a terribly big cast. Definitely not.
There's 5 people listed.
5?
But
yeah.
they're
Nice.
the only ones
I
that
like
are linkable on Wiki. Looks like a total in the Wiki, it's 10 characters total.
Okay. Good
I
deal.
wonder if we'll get another Bruce stinger at the end.
I was kind of wondering that too. Time will tell, huh? We saw a couple of Easter eggs in the trailer. I wanted to talk about those. Yeah, so the first one, I think the one that most people watching the trailer would pick out was the reference to The Shining, the blood spilling in. I was trying to find a freeze frame of it. I think it was through a window. It might have been a door or something, but it was like it was a reference to that shot of the elevator opening up and all that blood flooding out. What I'm looking at right now is this shot of a woman coming up out of the water.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was like something from like the Jason Friday the 13th stuff.
Maybe to me that seems more like, so you have her floating above the water. That's more like an insult to like the reverse. So my bet is that this scene we're looking at here is either a dream sequence or a flashback.
Because there's not a whole lot that is outdoors in this, but there's a couple of shots of the woods. So I'll bet we'll see how
so the scene transitions from inside to outside because we see her pull the top, like scalp that woman, and they're fighting on the ground inside someplace.
You remember?
And then we see her coming out onto the dock and she drops the hair.
That's right.
Like the one scene that really gets me, it's a really cool looking shot, but it's very confusing. So I'm wondering where it takes place. Is the shot of her above the water.
See, that's why I'm wondering if this is either a flashback where she originally gets possessed or this might be some sort of dream thing that's going on here.
Okay.
So,
speaking of possessed.
It sounds like this is a sequel to the original.
But,
okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
To the original? Like the original?
No, to the 2013.
Okay, cool.
To the first remake.
Yeah, all right then.
But Fede Alvarez was unable to direct because he is an artist in demand right now.
Oh, what?
So they
what?
handpicked.
Let's take a look at what Mr. Fatty Alvarez has got going on here.
So Sam Raimi himself handpicked this Lee Cronin guy. Looks like the original plan was for this to come out, for them to do a sequel to Evil Dead 2013. Sam Raimi and Ivan Raimi have apparently wrote an Evil Dead 4 that was going to come out, which was going to be a sequel to Army of Darkness. This is before Bruce retired. This is 2013. Said there would be an Evil Dead 2, the sequel to 2013, and Army of Darkness 2 would come out.
For fuck's sake.
It would merge the two timelines. Apparently Army of Darkness 2 would have merged the timelines, but they scrapped that idea. It's
a neat idea, though. I would have been interested
I actually think we might have dodged a bullet not having Mr. Alvarez attached to it. He was busy writing the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre at this time.
The new one? The one that came out?
Yeah. 2022. Yeah.
He wrote that?
Yes, indeedy.
Oh,
or
man,
wrote
that's
or
a
directed?
shame.
Wrote.
That movie was so bad.
So we might, maybe we dodged so that's what he was. Other than that, he's doing this stupid fucking TV show called Calls.
Never heard of it.
Never seen it. Never heard of it. So the only thing that he was busy doing was writing Don't Breathe 2, which he didn't direct. And it actually says,
that's Sam Raimi produced movie, isn't it? Aren't they Sam Raimi?
I don't fucking know. But he didn't direct that, and he wrote Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So that's what he was busy fucking. Yeah, that's what he was busy fucking doing. So we might have dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah, Sam Raimi and Rob Tappert produced the Don't Breathe movies.
The first one was okay. The first one was okay.
I've never seen the second one. The second one looked kind of weird. Wasn't he the villain in the first one?
What is he not the villain in the second one?
The second one isn't, right? Like the second one, he's like the main character, isn't he?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Oh, beats me. I have no idea.
The second one is like, in the trailer, he's like protecting a little girl in this one. Like he adopts a little girl and is protecting her from.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're trying to make it like he was protecting the person that he had locked up against their will in his basement. I don't know.
That he was then injecting them with his jizz with a turkey baster?
Yeah, like. I don't know. Trying to make him a good guy is.
Don't Breathe 2 made it look like the trailers, everything I've seen made it look like they was trying to make him into like this anti-hero.
What? So. What is going on with Hollywood?
They can't help but
villains.
They can't help but to ruin their shit.
They can't help but make these like the most abhorrent people. They're like, yeah, but don't you like them? It's like, no.
You're supposed to like the villain for the wrong reasons, not because they're like some good guy anti-hero.
Some weird goddamn
You're supposed to love to hate him, damn it.
Like he was really good and Don't Breathe, but
he was, but he ain't
root for him.
No,
because he's a villain.
Right.
No. If I wanted to root for him, I'd have tried to get him cast as Cable in Deadpool 2.
That would have been cool.
Oh yeah,
he wanted it. He wanted it real.
Oh,
bad.
he would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah,
he would have.
Bruce Willis wasn't bad though.
Brolin wasn't bad, but Stephen Lang would have been much better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, but
so anyway. We might have dodged because I had no idea Fede Alvarez wrote that 28 Chainsaw movie. That movie is so bad. all the Chainsaw Massacre sequels are bad. I have a hot take. I don't really enjoy the first one either. That's just my hot take. I don't enjoy the first one.
Hot take,
like the original old one.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I never understood why it gets so much. It's a good movie. It's just like I don't think it says. I don't know. I don't think it deserves the hype. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
There you have it, folks. Tyler doesn't like it. No.
I have a Leatherface figure in my collection, but that's just like a thing
because it's an iconic, somehow
horror figure, higher guy. But the first one I watched it and just like, I like those remakes, those Michael Bay ones. Those two came out in the early 2000s. I thought those were pretty good.
The second one was better than the first one. The first one,
they're both pretty good.
The first one, they didn't press the envelope as much as they should have.
Yeah.
Then the second one, they finally threw some balls.
Like those are pretty good as far as like remakes go. I think those did exactly what they stuff do and exceed the original.
They didn't try to destroy, subvert, or alter anything, right?
No,
that's what remakes were originally.
They took out the handicap character, which was probably them just being safe because of the
safe. And I mean, listen, look at that set. Like, how are you gonna push a wheelchaired guy like across that set? Like, it's just not. Gonna work. It's not gonna work. But back to Evil Dead Rise.
That one, Sveti Alvarez. If he had a hand in that movie, keep him away.
He didn't have a hand, and he created the goddamn thing.
That's insane.
But Evil Dead Rise, so it probably got saved because of that, most likely.
Yeah. So this movie, one of the things I liked about the story of it is originally supposed to be just like dumped on HBO Max. Like that was the original intent. Was it was going to be a streaming HBO Max?
They got to stop that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was like a thing that just went past from COVID. I think it's kind of ending, right? Like it's not.
Well, it needs to because it's costing them millions of dollars each time they do it.
Yeah, I don't see why they're still doing that. Because I mean, I get that's like Netflix's business, so I get that. But for these big studios, like it worked during COVID. I think that crazy thing is like the movies that held out, like Top Gun and stuff like that just held out. We're like, no, we're getting a theatrical release. Like how much it helped those movies out.
Well, yeah, and what it did is it like Top Gun especially. Anytime any fucking like article comes out that calls the movie a flop or says it didn't do as good because of COVID, that's bullshit. That's not that's nothing. You can't hide behind that anymore because Top Gun blew that shit right out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It proved that if you had something that people wanted to watch, they didn't give a goddamn about COVID. They're going to the movies.
Well, same with Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
That movie was like one of the first movies to get released theatrically after COVID. It like blew everything out of the water.
It put butts in seats.
Yep.
Yeah, because people wanted to see that.
Exactly.
That was same day release too, and it still did really good. It was dropped on HBO and in the theater
and in theaters. Day. Yeah.
Yep. So that whole
that was a bizarre concept. They're doing that. That was even worse than dropping it on just streaming. I didn't understand that at all. Where it's like, hey, you can pay to go see it at home, or you can pay to go see it in theaters, or you can watch it for the service. You pay a lump sum for it.
I can shed some light on that. That was actually the studio's decision. Legendary actually ended up going to war with Warner Brothers and taking them to court over the whole thing because it was never meant to go to streaming at all.
Yep.
Well, I can imagine.
They tried to pull a fast one on them.
Warner Brothers tried to pull the theater rights from it and release it on streaming only, which meant that Legendary would have practically made nothing on it. Legendary took them to court, and what they were able to eke out was a simultaneous release. So that was all the studio companies fucking around with Legendary.
You guys think Warner Brothers is going to make it another decade?
I wouldn't be.
I'm starting to wonder about them. I can't. If they keep pulling stuff like what they're pulling, it can't. It's
sustain. A shame because before this stuff with Henry Cavill and everything came out, like the DC universe is starting to get a lot of favor.
Oh yeah,
over Marvel. Like people starting to go back and look at the old.
That was their chance.
People were looking back like the old DCEU shit that people shit on years ago. We're starting to go back and be like, that's actually pretty good stuff.
They could.
I liked it. I liked it all. I like the Batman vs Superman.
Oh,
I love that.
God.
I like Justice League.
They didn't earn it.
Oh man, that movie was terrible.
Batman versus Superman.
Well, they didn't. It was definitely an example of like blowing your load. Like, why they didn't? I think they were trying to do something different from what Marvel was doing.
What do you mean? What do you mean something different? They did the exact same. Marvel did Civil War the year before.
Yeah,
that's funny.
They did Civil War that same year,
but they didn't. They didn't take out. They didn't take the time to make more movies Wonder building Woman up to a big event like that.
Superman and Batman,
they should have done that.
They Clash. They were trying to do something different, but
that was the wrong call.
I like the Snyder cut of Justice League. I thought that was pretty good. Like,
by that time, I had stopped bothering. I honestly didn't see it.
I could give a shit less. That Batman v Superman was so fucking bad.
Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was like the main one I did not like, but
Batman v Superman was so much worse than Suicide Squad.
I liked the Peacemaker, the show that they put out. That was pretty good.
That's my alarm every morning.
That's the only thing I'd seen of theirs. Like after after Batman versus Superman, I didn't watch any other DCU stuff.
Peacemaker, I watched that one probably like I don't know. Evan, how many times have I watched Peacemaker? Like 5 times.
5 times.
Yeah, you said at least I've seen that 5 times. I watch it. I love that fucking show. That's a good goddamn show.
It's actually like really cleverly written. I appreciated that. I don't know what the rest of the world looks like, but they were at least clever.
I
with
know
the
where it's
writing
at. You don't know what the fuck DCU is.
Right.
I don't know what's where, who's linked into what storyline, what universe is what Earth is which Earth. I don't fucking know.
Who cares?
I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah,
they're gonna reset the whole damn thing.
So I'm fine with anything that comes out. It's not a superhero movie.
I don't have superhero fatigue. I have bad quality fatigue. I'm tired of shit.
I'm tired of shared universes.
You can do
I like to be able to watch a fucking movie and not be worried that I'm missing the previous 15 spin-offs.
You can do a shared universe. It's fine. You just have to be smart about it.
Yeah, you still have to be able to tell a complete story with the one movie that you have. That way you don't have people that end up like Ty, where it's like, well, I don't want to have to be able to catch up all that. It's like that. The stuff that you feel like you need to catch up on should really just be of a caliber where it's like, if you do watch the other movies, you go, oh, that ties it in more. You know, they're just not good enough at writing that sort of shit anymore. It's all, they're taking after Marvel where it's just episodes. Yeah, sorry. I'll hop down off my soapbox.
We live in a fucking timeline where Star Wars is a goddamn TV property. Unbelievable. Unbelievable what these fuckers have managed to pull off in like 6 years.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it can't be used because the MonsterVerse is getting the TV.
No, I'm not saying there's not hope. There definitely is. There's some ones that are working its way through. Legendary, as you said, is crushing it. We've got a new movie coming out, which is Godzilla v Kong Part 2, which is going to have Space Godzilla in it. I know some people are like, I'm like, fuck off.
I like Space Godzilla.
We have the Titans.
I like everything from that. What is it? The
Soho.
Well, it's Toho, but what's the? I forget them. It's the Shogun and the Heisei. It's the Heisei.
Right?
That's like the 81 and on. The where Godzilla's like a villain or like a force. He's not dancing around with kids and shit.
Right. And then they've got a Titans TV show that's coming out that's
with Russell and Son.
Kurt Russell in it. So we're going to be covering that shit's going to. Yeah, and his son.
What is this?
The Monarch TV show based off of the legendary.
Oh, cool. I didn't know about that.
It's going to be Apple TV exclusive. So I got to get Apple TV.
I know. We're going to have to get fucking Apple TV for one goddamn show.
As far as like, I like the Link shared universe. I don't know if you guys know that.
Link is in Zelda?
Link. No, it's in Brendan Fraser from Encino Man.
No.
It's Brendan Fraser from Encino Man, son-in-law, and in the army now. It's all one share. Link's in all those movies.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I love Encino Man.
I like all 3 of those movies.
I haven't seen the other 2.
I keep pitching Son-in-Law's a Thanksgiving movie. I keep saying like that. If we run out of Thanksgiving movies, that's a pretty good one.
I would have put that ahead of Thanksgiving. What are you doing?
Oh my god!
Thanksgiving's over. If I'd have known how bad Thanksgiving 2 was, I would have never suggested it. That's 3. Yeah, sorry. I don't even want to get started on 2.
Were we here to talk about something?
Evil Dead Rises.
Oh,
Evil Dead Rises.
Rise.
I know.
Rise.
I think a lot of people are doing that. Yeah.
It's because they went like apartment building, high rise. But oh my guys, couldn't you just?
Oh, I get it.
Couldn't you just
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I like a good pun.
Yeah, Mike got that too. Because he was like, why is it called Evil Dead Rise? Like it's a high rise.
High rise. Yeah, couldn't you have just made it Evil Dead Rises? Like, come on.
Oh, do you think there's some Exorcist Easter eggs in there? It kind of looked like a little bit of an Exorcist vibe. I bet Royce and Ball and shit like that. Oh
yeah, but how much of that is like a nod to the Exorcist, or has that just become kind of implanted into the?
I mean, that's
possession horror genre.
Well, Evil Dead is all about slinging goo at any point. I mean,
I know, to the point where it actually became so boring. So Ty dropped a hot take. I'll drop mine. I actually think that one of the things that this will cure is the fact that Army of Darkness completely destroyed this story.
Go on.
Ty's face.
It's my favorite one out of all.
I don't listen. I love that as a movie. Army of Darkness is great, right?
Yeah.
The problem, I think, with Army of Darkness is that it led them to take the total wrong lessons. And they thought that by taking out the visceral horror that Evil Dead 1 and 2 had.
Hey,
and
Army of Darkness almost got an NC-17, sir. They had to fight for that R
Do our
rating.
listeners know that story? Do they know that story?
Look at our review of Army of Darkness to find out.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
But
no, I don't think we mentioned it. We mentioned it. I don't know if we mentioned it. Yeah, like Army of Darkness almost got NC-17 because it's the first studio movie out of all three of the Army of Darkness.
They actually bothered to submit for a rating.
And the ratings board gave it an NC-17 because it was what they call it, what rating was it?
The cumulative effect of it was
a cumulative rating because they also took into account Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, they were
cumulative
because they were like, what specifically could we take out? And they were like, oh, it's the cumulative effect. That's why it's NC-17.
Listen, you're never gonna ratings boards.
Oh yeah, ratings boards are. I'm gonna say this. My hot take: the movie rating system is corrupt as fuck.
Oh yeah,
I don't think that's
corrupt.
I don't think that's a hot take.
There's
Corrupted.
a really good documentary. Have you ever seen that one that Trey Parker and Matt Stone put out a few years back?
No.
It's about the ratings board. I think that was like when they was putting out probably Team America, I would assume. They was putting that out or something and they couldn't get it was something like the board wouldn't even look at it. They were like automatically giving them like
well yeah, they didn't bribe them. They didn't bribe them. Tax-free money, bribery.
They
fucking
doxed
corrupt
all the board
motherfuckers.
members in that movie. Like that was one of the things the movie was like known for is they like doxed all the people on the board because it's supposed to be secretive.
Oh.
The MPAA is secretive. Like no one's to know they're on it. So
Yeah,
this movie
why
really,
hold somebody like that
doxed
accountable?
everyone. Yeah.
Listen, I don't like giving
Fucking
out people's
corrupt
address, but there's no
motherfuckers.
fucking way you shouldn't be able to look up like the history of these.
Oh
people.
yeah.
That was one thing too. They're like all these people are making these huge decisions and we're not even allowed to like confront them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
it's because you know what? I'd be the first one in line to tar and feather them and then toilet paper their house before I burned it to the fucking ground.
Figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
Figuratively.
Stay hidden, bitches.
I told you about that guy, and there was an artist in France, I believe. He made this I think it was like a 24-hour cut of this of paint drying, and he submitted it to the MPAA because they have to watch every bit of it.
He knew they'd have to watch every frame. That man is my hero. Oh God, love him.
Because they can't skip it, and then all of a sudden there's like a dick or something in it, and they give it like a G rating. Or something like that.
Tyler Durden it.
So they had to watch paint dry. I fucking love it. I love that story.
Hours.
It brings joy to my heart. Joy to my heart.
But anyway, as I was saying,
yeah, sorry, I'll keep going.
It's fine.
You guys warned me that having you on the show would make it
would extend. Oh yeah. Add it, for each one of us that you add onto your podcast, add 20 minutes. But I think they decided to take out the horror and just lean solely on the gag. Gross out stuff. And that carried on
Three Stooges influence that it had. It was in there for the second one, but they dialed it up in Army of Darkness, and then they just kept that and dropped the horror, which I think made everything so repetitive. That was my big complaint about Ash versus Evil Dead is they just couldn't sacrifice the gross out for a bigger payoff. They just would never. And it was like watching a director and a writer with impulse control problems. So it definitely had an impact on what became of Ash. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So
it changed Ash Williams forever.
While this will never take the place of the original Evil Dead or Army of Darkness.
Right.
Like that.
Right.
Do not mistake me. If they had not done this, I would say Army of Darkness would have been a fabulous end to the series.
Right.
I like that. This is taking itself like razor serious.
It's definitely in the vein of 2013.
Yeah.
2014, whichever one. I can't remember which. 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
So, and while I kind of am anti that in most properties with Hollywood right now. I think Hollywood's trying to darken and grim up every fucking thing.
Right.
This, I think, is a good case of that.
Well, this is the right way to bring to reboot or whatever you want to call it. Reinvigorate a franchise. That's a good word for it. Is, why do it if you don't have something new to say about it or new to say with it? You know what I mean? So you do want to have bring something new to the table.
While
Otherwise,
appreciating it.
while also appreciating it and honoring where it came from.
Correct.
Yeah,
You have to respect where it came
like going
from.
back to the roots.
Yeah.
Because Evil Dead 1 is like a pretty
It's a
gritty
straight up horror film.
Yeah.
When they're looking
It was a video nasty.
Yeah, when they're working. Oh my god. When they're staring at that one deadite who's like half out of the basement, and she's like, "What's wrong with her eyes?" Like, there's nothing funny there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Really. Yeah.
it
seriously.
looks kind of goofy because low budget age.
Right,
the
but-
tone of it was serious as fuck.
completely.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love it. I like it. I can't wait for it. Please, please don't let me down.
Please don't.
I have pretty high hopes for it. I think Rob Tappert, Sam Raimi, and Bruce Campbell know what they're doing.
They with them at the helm, I have a little more faith than I normally would under other
if
circumstances.
it was an Evil Dead movie, it didn't have those guys involved. I'd be
this would be
pretty confident with the way 2014 went.
Yeah.
This is going to be.
I'm cautiously optimistic, which is about as optimistic as I get now.
Oh yeah, definitely. You guys should hear the Henry Cavill episode on lore to know what he's talking about there. Jesus. But anyway,
I'm all for like. I don't mind like this right here being darker and grittier and stuff. I think it's fine because it's like going back to its roots.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I have a problem with that is like when they take stuff that wasn't originally dark and gritty. I hate that trend. I'm so glad it's like on the edge of dying. What?
You can't say these things in like the Snyderverse, sir.
I thought he was going to bring up Pooh.
I don't.
The Winnie the Pooh movie.
Oh no, I'm excited.
Oh, I don't like the Winnie. I'm still not fully invested in it. I don't like that at all.
That one and then the mean one where they're like doing these horror remakes and stuff. That doesn't bother me. I'm fine with that.
I'm not a fan of it.
I don't care.
I just don't know. I'm probably gonna watch the mean one. I'm more looking forward to that one because it looks like it's higher quality. Like it looks like because I can actually tell they put like some stuff in it, like the mean one. That Winnie the Pooh movie looks like just a guy with
a rubber mask.
Like there's no articulation. I was reading about the guy in the mean one, like the dude who plays the mean one. He played the Grinch on Broadway. Like that's pretty cool. Like that they got like
nice
a high profile guy who knows that character to play a horror version of it.
That's cool.
That's really cool. But that Winnie the Pooh one, I don't know about that. I think, and that movie's been drug out so long. We saw the trailer for that like back last summer, and it's still like, not out. They're just milking that. They're doing something. There's some kind of cash grab.
I don't know if it's a cash grab or whether there's somebody might be fighting them behind the scenes.
Could be.
Well, I know they also the guy announced that he's doing a sequel.
Well, that's premature as all shit.
Really?
Yeah, he's doing a Peter Pan horror movie because Peter Pan also got
public domain.
So I'll tell you what,
Lost Boys, go watch it. It's already been done.
I'll say this, like maybe Blood and Honey just sucks because it's kind of like his proof of concept, right? And so he didn't have the money to spend on it. So maybe if he gets an actual budget with the Peter Pan, maybe you got something. I don't know.
Maybe. No, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know.
Just a bad idea to prematurely.
Their needs, like I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not excited for any of them. I'll watch them eventually.
I'm not excited for them, but they whatever. That's fine. At least they're trying. Like whatever.
I'm sure there'll be fun movies for us all to get together and watch sometime.
Yeah, like how are they going to destroy the Grinch or Winnie the Pooh?
Right.
Like at least these characters are pretty well destruction proof. So,
but there you guys have it. We talked about Evil Dead Rises a little bit.
Along with some
other stuff.
Yeah.
We covered a great deal.
Yeah,
we did cover a lot in 45 minutes. So if you had to give the trailer for Evil Dead Rise a groovy or not groovy, what are you rating it as, Eric?
Oh, can we do it a 1 out of 5? Groovy or not groovy? So rough.
All right. Let's do it a 1 out of 5.
One out of 5?
Do it a 1 out of 5.
All right. Okay. I'm going to give it 4 groovies. 4 out of 5 groovies.
4 out of 5 groovies. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 chainsaw teases because that was the big part. I remember that being a huge part in the trailer when we watched the Bruce Fest. Just the sight of a chainsaw in an Evil Dead movie.
I know it's like flashing a boob.
She has double barrel shotgun in it too at one point.
Nobody gives a shit about that. They're like, show the chainsaw.
it's that weapon is so. I think the chainsaw is more important to this or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Evil Dead franchise or Texas.
Oh yeah.
No, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You think so?
It's in the fucking title.
I mean, yeah, but
I say Evil Dead.
You're out of your mind.
When I see a chainsaw, I think of Ash Williams.
I do too.
Hey Tyler, when you think of Mario,
I think of the faithful faithful original version, the 1990.
Oh my God.
John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, so I think we've established that your brain doesn't come up with the normal images associated with things that everybody else does.
I don't know. That remake they're doing looks way too colorful for me. Talk about regression. That's a rare example of someone taking something gritty and making it colorful. I don't know about it.
What'd you say your rating was?
4 out of 5. We're all spark cars. I didn't see not one goddamn spark car in that whole fucking trailer.
Oh my God. Spark cars. Ben, what are you rating the trailer?
Dennis Hopper spinning in his grave. Right now.
That's just all the cocaine. That's got nothing to do with the movie. You don't give a shit about that. That guy, did you ever hear the story about him where he couldn't perform his lines on Apocalypse Now, and they said, like, what would you need to get into character? He said about an ounce of cocaine, and they gave it to him.
Oh my God. Wow.
Speaking of Dennis Hopper, real quick, I was gonna make one last little
go for it. We might as well.
If you look at his film, like Dennis Hopper is always, like, to me, like, been like an A-list guy. It always seemed like. But if you look at his filmography, he does a lot of trash. Or he did a lot of trash. There's a lot of, like, sci-fi, like, level, like, low budget straight-to-video stuff he did. Like, it is wild. 'Cause I always remember him being, like, when I was younger, he died. He died recently, didn't he? But I think I was fairly young when he died, or maybe I wasn't. Well, I don't know. I feel like he died not too long ago, but I don't think I was. Like,
it's been a few years. It's been a few.
When he, like, I remember him being like Dennis Hopper being like a big name, but it might also be because I watched a lot of these shitty movies he was in. He was the main name in all the movies. Right. But if you look at his filmography, there's a lot of, like, trash in there. Like, he did this movie called Space Truckers with Steven Dorff, where they're hunting vampires and they're space truckers carrying pigs across space. Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah,
he's a villain in, like, that really bad Steven Seagal movie Ticker. Like, it is wild. He's, like, in all these little movies, low budget trash movies, and I, for some reason, always thought he was, like, this main guy. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, shitty horror movie.
So the second one is where they came up with all the like cannibal stuff. Like, most of that wasn't in the original. It was in the second one.
Okay. The second one's a straight up comedy, basically.
I mean, sort of.
Huh. It's basically a dark comedy. I mean,
this really crazy sheriff played by Dennis Hopper decides to take them on, but
and he dual wields chainsaws.
Oh, he has like 5 or 6. He has like 5 or 6.
Yeah, he dual wields chainsaws and he fights fucking Leatherface with. Yeah, it's a wild flick.
Interesting.
The cover art, the poster for it is the Breakfast Club poster, but it's all the Leatherface characters. That's the official poster for it. It's wild.
What? Okay.
But
anyways, your rating, Ben.
I'm going to go with 3.5 Scary Mothers.
Oh, Scary Mothers.
Yep. They didn't really ingratiate me enough to any of the characters. Like, I couldn't tell you, like, if you're going to do a trailer, I would like to at least know who the characters are.
We didn't have anyone to anchor onto necessarily, than the mother.
Other than the mother, who's clearly not the main character.
Right.
Well, it looks like this is going to have like she's like the big bad Deadite in this. Like, it's something unique where it's not like a bunch of, different people.
Yeah,
it's
just like the
one big bad Deadite. It looked like from the trailer. I mean, it puts a lot on her.
From what we saw,
that I don't know if that's true either. So,
right.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering. Well,
this is trailer 1. I mean, this is the first thing.
Yeah, but that's also my problem is that tells me that there's going to be more trailers than there needs to be. You could have just done this one.
Right.
But I liked what I saw. I have some questions. So we'll go slightly higher than like middle of the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 3.5.
Giving it the benefit of the
3.5 creepy mothers.
Right on.
And when this comes out, April 21st, we're all going to try to go see it and review it and put it out there.
Get the review out to you. That
Monday?
The following Monday.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Don't quote us on it. Don't quote us on it. But that's the plan.
Right.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna make Michael eat glass if he doesn't. So yeah.
So,
but there you have it.
Let's wrap it up.
Reaction to Evil Dead Rise trailer 1, I guess. Looks like pretty optimistic positivity from all of us. So let us know your thoughts in the comments of if you're watching on YouTube. Let us know down in the comments. Go to our Instagram at CultTalkNet, where you can follow us on everything at Cult Talk Net across the board. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the things. Follow us, Cult of Campbell every Monday, Cult Talk Conspiracy every other Tuesday. And if you want to hear more of Eric and Ben rambling on, you can hear them on Cult of Lore every other Thursday.
Yeah, first and third Thursday of the month. I swear.
Or Friday.
Or Friday.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Hey, Eric, what day did Corvus Corax come out today?
It was a Friday.
It was.
Yeah. But the audio was up on Buzzsprout on Thursday. So.
Fucking A, it was. Yeah.
Listen, we are always consistent on Thursday or Friday.
Yes. Yeah, you're
Consistently
always consistent
inconsistent.
on one of these 2 days.
That is right.
What is that from Anchorman? It's like 80% of the time it works every time.
Yeah.
But there you have it, guys.
Will Ferrell's got nothing to do with this. You leave him the fuck.
There you have it. Make sure if you guys want to keep up on all this stuff, just follow us, Cult Talk Net on Instagram. We post updates on when everything's coming out. So thank you for listening. Let us know your thoughts on Evil Dead Rise. And tomorrow, you're getting another episode of Cult of Campbell.
Oh, can you
Eric
believe
and
it?
I have a very special announcement we're making on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
So,
not your normal day.
No, right here on this feed, you're going to get the very first Tuesday edition of Cult of Campbell.
Ooh.
I know what it is, and I'm
listen
excited for this one.
Make sure
Yeah.
you guys listen to it. It's big news. Groovy announcement from us. So until next time, I've been Ty.
I've been Eric.
And I'm Ben.
And as always,
Stay groovy.
I did it!
That's pretty good. We did that. Yeah.
Yay.
Hail to the king, baby. That's it? That's the best you got?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.